What's up, everybody? Philly Soccer Page post-game show. I'm Mike Sfredio here with special guest Adam Can.
Great to see you, homeowner.
Union wins 6-1 over a struggling New England side. I guess you could call it one of those games. It's the tale of two halves. It seemed like New England kind of came in and punched the Union in the face the first half as 1-1 at halftime. Union, a completely different team in the second half, score 5 goals. Ilsinho is almost unplayable. Sergio Santos comes in and scores a brace. What changed at halftime?
It's definitely a tactical switch. You saw the go to the 4-2-3-1 to get Ilsinho out wide in some space. I think in the first half, it was kind of close where you had a couple times where Brendan Aronson broke through behind, just didn't get on the end of things. And I think if he's getting on the end of those, it looks a bit more even. But really, you mentioned it before we went on air. It's been a while since we saw the Union defense give up enough space to have 3 or 4 guys from the opposing team in the box getting shots off. They lost the shots on goal battle in the first half. Hasn't happened in a while. So I think it was really just getting back to controlling the ball and not lumping it long, giving up pressure, and then not having men around the ball. And once you saw them return to their roots, what they've been good at this year, it was incredible how quickly New England folded.
Yeah, it was. Let's talk a little bit about individual performances. Unfortunately, Brendan Aronson is forced off with a hip injury in the first half. He's replaced by Ilsinho. I think the worry from some Union fans is Ilsinho kind of made himself a second half specialist. He gets over 60 minutes tonight and made use of all of it. I thought he was probably one of the best players on the pitch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, you saw before he came in, I think David Accam and Ilsinho were both up warming up. And they decided to go with Ilsinho, put him in the middle to start the first half when he came in, and then moved him out wide in the second half. And you mentioned this already too, that when they isolate him, he's going direct at people. He's driving, and once he cuts, he makes a decision, and then he plays the ball. He keeps getting these balls in behind the defensive line, and once you have a player back there, it's the Pep Guardiola theory. Once you have a guy behind the defense, it's just scramble time. And New England scrambling with only 3 real defenders, it was a mess.
Yeah, it was. We finally get to see Sergio Santos tonight. We haven't seen him since March. He scored a goal for Steele recently. He's been in the 18, I think, the last 2 games. But he comes off the bench. And he's credited with 2 goals. We'll see if that first one stands. It might end up being an OG, but he'll probably claim it until it's not.
Glad he got that second one.
But Jim Curtin in the press conference said he could have had 5. Santos himself said he should have had 4. What does he bring to the attack that we haven't seen already?
You saw like those transition moments, like the first goal, the one that he might lose, just the speed of the transition. And once he played the ball wide to Wagner, he was just heading to goal as quickly as possible. And you saw, compared to some of the other attackers that the Union have, the combination of being both a big player and someone who can really challenge the back line for speed. New England was able to play pretty high in the first half, and that kept Szabelko out of the game. And then once you had Santos in there, he was just going at him as quickly as. And Jim Curtin said, you could see that his fitness wasn't there.
Yeah.
But I think that's because he pretty much did nothing but run straight at the defense for the first 10 minutes he was in the game.
I thought it was encouraging, too. Jim Curtin screaming at Sergio Santos across the field at 82 minutes. Santos is behind the play a little bit, and Curtin wants Santos back pressuring. I don't think that's a tenacity we've seen from the Philadelphia Union before.
Yeah. I mean, you might have seen maybe the desire, but the ability to pair the desire with enough talent to really, put it into practice, where once you get everyone on the same page and once you get them amped up, then you start making those passes and getting in behind. I mean, that the build out of the back to set up, I think it was the 3rd goal, to get out of pressure, that's just something that you don't expect to see without Borg Deutschkal here. And now that he's not here, you're still seeing it. You're seeing it from guys like Jamiro Montero. And then once you're out of that space, I mean, just all the different attacking options. Now Santos has scored. Every striker has scored, including Corey Burke, who they honored after the first goal, holding up his jersey. So I think it's just something that we're going to have to get used to, that this is a team that has a lot of different ways to beat you, and that might not have been the case last year.
Yeah, I think with Santos scoring tonight, Jack Elliott scoring tonight, I think that pushes the Union up to 10 goal scorers in the year, or 11.
I think it's 11.
It's 11.
Yeah, I think Jack was 10.
Yeah, that's an amazing tally. Let's talk a little bit about the defense tonight. Of course, Jack Elliott jumps in with a fantastic goal. But I thought one of the big plays of the game, too, is Carlos Cornell in the first half kind of spreading himself like a hockey goalie and making a great save with his foot.
Yeah, and it's a double save. He had a double save for off a penalty for Steele earlier this year.
Yeah.
So it's something that we've sort of seen before. He has the ability to really pop up in a hurry. The one thing he struggled with was crosses, and I think that's something he'll have to grow into. But I mean, if you have your third goalie making saves like that,
Yeah.
you feel pretty secure back there with the high line.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Exciting night in Philadelphia. Union scores 6 goals, run out easy winners over New England Revolution. Top of the table matchup next weekend when they travel to Toronto.
Yeah.
I think we're all real excited to see that one back here in 2 weeks when the Union hosts Seattle, and we'll see you then.